Hello guys, this is Adam. How are you? I hope that you are doing good. And this is Unreal Engine 5, the official release. And this is the test on the 16-inch MacBook Pro, fully spec'd out with 64GB of RAM, 32-core GPU with 10-core CPU as well. And that is the third-person project, the official project, after it's being built and everything. So we definitely have a different character this time. And I noticed that the character on the Mac is different than the character on Windows, but maybe by the time from me testing it for the first time to the second time, they just did update the character and they made it just a tiny bit different, because I thought maybe there is something that is not built. So I tried to build it many times or deleted it and then downloaded it again, and I thought something is wrong, but apparently nothing is wrong. With that project, as you can see, the GPU is being used completely, but the CPU not as much. The CPU doesn't sweat a lot, and what we are averaging is around 55 frames for this project. This project is very light, and of course we will test light or Lyra game, and then we will go into more details about the performance and such. But this is from 55 to 60 frames per second, and it's smooth, no issues. And at least I feel using this compared to the preview version or the early access or whatever that might be, this is more refined and it's way smoother. Plus, it feels like they actually took a second to optimize some things for the M1, or at least for the Max. However, still this performance is not acceptable. The performance is not the best. There's still need to be more optimizations, and there's still more room for improvement, and definitely Epic needs to put more work in order to get the Unreal Engine 5 working properly or as it should on the M1 Max. Even when I searched the settings and such, I was trying to find if there is anything that is related to M1 Max, like GPU settings or whatever that might be. I am going to close this project, okay? The fans are definitely ramping, and the GPU usage is 100%. So we will go ahead and create the Lyra project, which should download very soon. So while the Lyra project is being downloaded, I will go ahead and test the Sci-Fi project. And by the way, the memory so far we are using 11 gigabytes from the RAM. So we will go ahead and update everything, and I am sure that there are a couple of meshes that need to be updated. So the CPU is ramping 100% right now, and the GPU is ramping to 100% as well, as everything is being built and then the mesh is being prepared. I would assume this probably would take around 5 minutes or maybe a little bit less, because we're just talking, and then right now it's at 15%, so I'm sure it's less than 15 minutes. Usually I don't care about counting how much that would take, because you would only build it for once, and then after that, whatever you want to do, you would be able to do it, no issues. But that's not my problem. My problem is I was hoping that this would actually be more optimized and we can do more stuff with it. Now let's go ahead and play the project and see the frame rate. What we are getting is 60 frames, and then what I am gonna do, let's go ahead. So one thing I really hate now with the official release is that when I click escape, I cannot just escape what I am doing. I have to close it and then open it again. Now, that is an easy fix. All what I gotta do is turn off the option keys and have F1. I have my FN as control, and then these I usually have them as controls for like audio and such. It's a bit annoying. However, I can definitely fix it. It's not a huge issue. But definitely, if I am using the software on a more regular basis, I would for sure have the FN where I would have access to my F1 keys and then go from there. Granted, I am sure if you are using Unreal Engine more and more, that's something that you do on a regular basis. Now let's go to edit and then project settings, and then let's go to frame rate. What I will do smooth frame rate, and then I would allow the max to go to like 124. Just let's double check that smooth frame rate is checked. So smooth frame rate is checked, we have everything, and then what we're gonna do show frame rate, and then we will go ahead and click play. Now what we are getting is 90 frames. That's actually way better, and I can definitely notice that I am getting more frames throughout working. Now if it looks chubby on your end, because I am recording the monitor with 24 frames, but what we are getting right now is 90 frames, and that's definitely show us that the performance on the official Unreal Engine is better than the early access and the preview too, because if you watch these videos, we had issues with the performance. But now what we are getting, we're getting the full colors with the reflections and everything, plus we are getting the performance, because with the preview 2 or the early access, we had to choose either we would choose the good performance or we would choose the good colors with a performance hit. Now we can have both with a very good performance, so that is good, and that is, let's say, a good start. But I am sure Epic can do better and they can do more. And honestly, after seeing what they are doing today, I kind of got excited to join their team and just be on the team. So if they ever want to hire me, I'm right here. But yeah, I will definitely, after graduation, I will apply to them because I would love to join. I started to like what they are doing, so that is good. That's overall with the Hi-Fi project. Now again, the escape key. Oh, is that shift? So shift escape? Yeah, it's shift escape now. Cool. So this is Lyra. I would assume probably this is the old Lyra. But here's what we're gonna do. Let's go to eliminations. This is eliminations. By the way, everything is set to Epic, and the quality or the resolution is 4K, and then the quality is set to Epic, and what we are getting is 35 frames. Now I am not a huge fan of the frame rate. I think we can again definitely do better than 35 frames with the amount of the GPU that it should be. I definitely think Epic should have more optimization in order that we can get a better performance overall. But this is just the very first look and impressions. I will definitely, with the next video, I would have a more in-depth look at Lyra, where we will go way deeper and then build the project and try to customize it, and we will do a lot of things with it. And even we will use a controller, because I am better with a controller than a mouse and keyboard. But overall, at least when it comes to shooting games, they are not my games. Give me games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Heart of Stone, stuff like that. Those are the games that I play. Usually they are strategy or card games or something like that. But this is not completely my cup of tea. However, what we are looking at, the GPU is being used completely, but the CPU is chill. It's not as much, but the average is definitely 35 frames. I'm not experiencing any jitterness though, and I am sure that vertical sync is off, and we can actually check it. So we will go to options, and then we will go to video, and then yeah, vertical sync is off. So if we turn it on, which the screen needs to be, instead of a windowed screen, it needs to be full screen in order so we can turn it on. And when we turn it on, it would be a better experience overall. It's still a smooth experience, even though we are getting 35 frames. However, sometimes you would feel there is, I would say, a stronger or a more tough drop. Aside from that, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Is that workable? Yes. But do we like workable? Do we only work with workables? No. I think there is definitely more room for improvement, where we can do more optimization for the M1 Max and we will get a better performance. However, this is the first impressions for the new Unreal Engine. I will for sure with my next video, which should be a little bit late than usual because this video came out late. With the next video, we will definitely go into Lyra with more into details. I will be reading the documentation and seeing, and then get ready for the comparison with this versus a Windows, and then we will do the test on the Mac Studio as well. But as you can see, it's acceptable, but 35 frames are not the best, at least for this project. Now, my initial thoughts, definitely the performance of the software feels more rigid, and like so far there is no crashes, it works. I open stuff, I cancel stuff, I close stuff, and even the launcher is more, I would say, refined than how it used to be, because the previous launcher was a little bit clunky. However, this launcher was more smooth, it opens as it should, and it's definitely a better performance overall, a better experience, a better user experience than the previous version. Is that the ultimate that Epic Engine can do? I don't think so. And yeah, I'm looking forward maybe to one day join them, especially with me learning low-level programming now. I think I would be able to help them to have this come to the Mac. But aside from that, this is the initial thought. This is the initial look for Unreal Engine 5, the official release. And we will definitely be doing more official testing very soon with the upcoming videos with this machine, with that machine, and with my Windows machine, which is under me as well, where we will have this go head to head with a fully spec'd out Windows machine with an RX 5000, an RX 6900 XT. So we will see how that goes. But aside from that, I wish you a very good day and bye-bye.